Yeah, I mean, the first couple of days I wasn't even with them. They were on the road, and I was able to go to Salt Lake with Jitty and Vince, and we're kind of just, taking it all in and getting our minds right. But, after that, meeting them in Orlando, in Miami, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, you guys know them better than me, but they just seem like great guys, and they play together as a unit, and they, it's just been a great experience, made me feel welcome, everything.
You've played against this team for 8 years. You've played in this arena. What do you think it's going to be like when the fans kind of greet you and give you your official welcome to Utah?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna be loud every time I've come here. It's never been quiet. A lot of energy all the time. So yeah, I think I'm mainly excited for that, to have it on my side a little bit. Usually you're anticipating it, trying to work through it as an opponent, but now it's with me.
The Jazz obviously acquired you not just for this season with an eye toward the future. How do you feel like you kind of fit in terms of your skill set? What do you feel like your role on this team is going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. Just I feel like I'm versatile. I feel like I can do a lot of things, and this system is a different offense than anything I've played in before. But it's something that I think teams and me in particular not have had trouble guarding, but definitely locked into guarding. I think it's a system with a lot of movement, especially offensively, and I think I can bring a lot to the table. Learning more about it every day, I learn a little bit more. So asking me right now about it is a little bit tough, but I'm still learning like a couple things every day that would be unique to me in the system that's going to help me.
What's it like playing alongside Larry? I mean, he has a lot of size. He's a potent weapon on offense as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, there's not much he can't do on the floor, which definitely helps everybody on the team. And I think just being a threat from everywhere, you can't go under. When he puts the ball on the floor, you have to respect him. When you're driving at him, you have to kind of make a choice, stay home, or it's kind of lights out with him. So I've it's been crazy to play against him for this many years and seeing him improve. And then at this point in our careers, playing with each other, I think it's nice.
There's kind of been a lot of talk league-wide about you guys sitting in the fourth quarters of the last couple games. I'm curious, how do you feel about it?
I mean, as a player, you always want to be out there, but if you're out in the first quarter, out in the second quarter, third or fourth, I mean, you just have to make an impact when you're in the game. That's what you have to focus on. If you focus on when you're not out there, you're gonna struggle as a player. If you're a rookie, a young guy, and you wanted to play in the first half and you didn't, or whatever, you play in the third, like all that comes into play, man. You have to. This is my 8th year, so stuff getting thrown at me. I feel like I have enough experience to be mentally capable through anything.
When you look at where you started in this league, kind of as a teenager, and now you're what, 26, 27?
Uh, what am I? Something like that, right?
Something like that.
26, yeah.
But you're rounded into the prime of your career. I mean, what's that journey been like for you? Starting out so young in Memphis, and honestly going to a franchise. Obviously the geographic part is different, but a lot of similarities between the franchise that you're going to as opposed to the one you're coming from.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's been probably feels like 3 years, but it's been 8, and yeah, I'm blessed to be able to be here like this. People who get closer and closer to a decade in a year, that's special. You're in rare company at that point, and there's so many people I could give credit for helping me get to this point. But yeah, I'll probably save that for a speech down the line or something. But I just, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed for everything that's happened to me up to this point. Everybody who's believed in me and helped me work on my game and trusted in me, and I feel like I've gotten better every year, and I want to continue that, no matter how old I get. So yeah.
You know what it's like to be on a playoff team, playoff contender. Maybe not this trajectory of this team. Do you think this team, with a full season, full off season with these guys, this could be a playoff team as early as next year?
100%. I mean, my goal is to come here and win a championship here. So, I don't really think my mind is geared toward anything else. That's just kind of the mentality that I have. And then when you look at who we have, like, I really like what I see.
You mentioned getting better every year. This staff prides himself on player improvement. What's your relationship been like with Will? We saw you out there talking with him after shoot-around, but it's early. But what are your thoughts about him and the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, our relationship started like hour 2, so he's probably the second person I talked to when I got back to my house on the phone, after seeing everybody and my own staff and everybody else. And it was a whirlwind at first for sure, but, they had a game that day. And, we had a game that day. And I was talking to him just about how the day is going, honestly. But right now, it's a lot of X and O's, how he sees me in certain systems, and I'm just learning terminology, the plays, different options, different reads. And then I'm kind of shooting ideas that I've had about certain things and just how we approach, practice and the games. And it really comes from a lot of me asking questions to learn about what they were doing before I was here. So, we're talking about everything. Great relationship.
At 26 and 8 years in the league, you're a younger opponent. How would you describe your leadership style?
I like to lead by example. I think being year 8, like the league's getting younger and younger, and everybody's just kind of like, like these guys are young. So I think just leading by example, my work ethic, and that's kind of like the main thing, being vocal, especially defensively. I think that's where you really can make your mark. If I were to give advice to somebody for anything, to really make your mark defensively, because that's where you can be the most vocal. Offensively, you can talk offensively, but there's a lot more moving around, a lot more things you got to focus on. But if you can disrupt the other team with your voice and communicate to the guards and communicate to anybody, that's going to mess up your opponent. It's going to help us. So, yeah, just being vocal.
Looking at next year, you won't see it this year, of course, but playing with Walker Kessler might be one of the better defensive centers you played with. You might be at your best at roaming forward kind of role defensively. Are you excited for that pairing with him?
Yeah, I mean, I've played with Walt before in USA, so I know what he brings to the table, and he's hard to score over. So I'm glad I'm on this side of it, and I'm glad, they're going to see me, they're going to see him, they're going to have to make choices. That's what it's really all about, making the other team make choices and giving our team a ton of them.
Curious what your perception of Utah was and the Jazz organization as an outsider for 8 years, and is there anything different that you've learned since the short time you've been here?
I think, everybody's pretty nice. I think it's a very, I don't know if it's a homey kind of vibe when you're driving around. It feels pretty homey. I don't think I got out the hotel much when I was. Well, actually, that's not true. I've been here for All-Star, Summer League. I was here. I know about Park City. I know, it's beautiful views. I used to come here to ski when I was younger with my mom. So, yeah, I do kind of know. I don't think when I was younger I was paying much attention, but yeah, I think we're selling out games. I think just the fan engagement and everybody just being happy, and the reception I've already gotten has been great. So I really appreciate that. That goes a long way for me. And it was hard to breathe. So I'm glad to get that on my side too and get adjusted to that. So everybody else got to deal with that.
Knowing that you and Lowry are playing together, you guys are unique as 7-footers who play outside in, both shoot the ball, both on the floor. If just curious, if you were having an out-of-body experience and you had to guard 2 of those guys, how would you do that as an opponent?
2 of who? Me and him? Oh.
Yeah, 2 7-footers who play like that on the same team, kind of simultaneously. you know, how would you deal with that, and you know, what's that going to be like, kind of being on that side of it?
I mean, it's a blessing to be on this side of it. How would I guard it? You just got to make stuff difficult. You know, we're NBA players. That's how I would approach guarding other talented NBA players. You can't just expect to take away every single thing. You have to make life difficult and force them into stuff that's uncomfortable time after time, so they get tired and they just do stuff they don't want to do. And yeah.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.